Rico back invited Terry Pullinger, Mark Balch and Davy Robertson to a meeting. Invited them to a meeting to discuss the future of Royal Mail. I've never met Rico back, I've no idea what he's like. But I believe Terry Pullinger and Davy Robertson and Mark Balch, he invited our 3 officers to a meeting. Then he turned around to his board and said, tell me why I need to meet these fellas. Tell me why I need to talk to the CWU. Because I own the company. I'm the chief executive officer. I will do what I want with Royal Mail. Said that in front of Terry Pullinger, Mark Balch and Davy Robertson. You can imagine Terry Pullinger's response to that. This man has set out a total direction of not involving the CWU. And so much so, what this fella has done is he has sacked every Royal Mail manager that was involved in the 4 pillars negotiations and agreements, barring one. He has sacked the whole lot, got rid of them all. They've just got rid of the delivery director in Royal Mail. Didn't sack him, said he can move to another job. Guess what? He's now what you would call the area manager in Newcastle. That's where they've just put him. I've just met him today. He's the area manager in Newcastle now. Moved him out there. That guy has probably got about 30, 35 years experience in this company. Knows deliveries inside out. Was fronting up Mark Balch. Had many a discussion and a negotiation with Mark Balch. They've put in a guy as a national delivery director who is from British Aerospace. He's worked in Royal Mail 4 years as a consultant engineer. Has no idea, no knowledge whatsoever about deliveries. They've put him in place for a simple scenario. The message to the CWU is, we don't care, because this is about shareholder and this is about profit. And if you think, is this a character assassination on Rico? No, it's not. If any of you have seen the social media, they've just appointed a guy called Donald Muir, and he's the transformation manager now, transformation director nationally, that is going to look at moving Royal Mail from a letter business to a parcel business. Do you know what this guy's history was? Worked in the NHS for 8 months and took £935,000 off the NHS. £4,000 a day he was charging the NHS to change the industry. What he also done in the middle of that is took away the trade union influence on the board, took them off and dumped them. No, we're not having you. You're not going to be involved in any of these negotiations. They've now put him in charge of transforming this industry. And you have to think now, what was the first step that Rico and his cronies have done? Parcel Force has been part of Royal Mail Group forever and a day. Forever and a day. And actually the man that was in charge of the negotiations at Save Parcel Force was Terry Pullinger. It was Terry Pullinger that actually saved Parcel Force from going down the pan probably about 20 odd years ago. What Rico and his cronies have done is said, no, actually, we're going to take Parcel Force out of the group and we want to put them separate. We want Parcel Force off the books altogether. We're going to choopy everyone over and make it a separate entity altogether. Now we smell a rat. Rico and his cronies have now said they want to review the Agenda for Growth agreement. They want to review the legally binding agreement with the fact of trying to take that out completely. So then they can start trying to smash up the industry. Remember, when we achieved the agreement for the Agenda for Growth and then the 4 Pillars agreement, it was about ensuring they couldn't sell off different parts of the company. It was about ensuring we didn't have 0-hour contracts. It was about ensuring we wouldn't have casualisation of the industry. It was about ensuring we wouldn't have a 2-tier workforce. Rico has looked at that and went, thanks but no thanks, because that's not what I do in Germany. I do the complete opposite of that. I have low pay. I ensure there's a 2-tier workforce. And everything that our agreements stand for, he is fundamentally against. So he's looked at Parcel Force, and they want to sell off Parcel Force. And we're vehemently opposed to that. And the simple reason for that is, if they do that to Parcel Force, what is next. And we know for a fact they will look at logistics, they will look at distribution, they will look at franchise and deliveries, exactly what they've done many years ago in Parcel Force. We actually believe they could look at Leeds Mail Centre PLC. They could just start selling off different parts of this company, and we say we're not having that. That is completely outside of the agenda for a growth agreement. People say, so what's this dispute about, Bob? It's literally about that. We got to protect what we got. There's no ifs, no buts, and no maybes. We've got agreements there in the 4 pillars agreement and the agenda for growth that safeguards your future, my future, and any of your kids coming into the industry, safeguards their future.